Hi students, I am Praveen Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing the JK flip-flop. So my students, previously we had discussed the ESR flip-flop. So ESR flip-flop deals with the condition of set and reset, and the truth table of SR flip-flop is as follows. If you are providing a clock signal of 0, then whatever be the value of S and R, the output will be the previous output itself. That is, we are dealing with a memory condition. And if the clock is 1 and ES is 0, R is 0, deals with a memory condition. And if clock is 1, ES is 0, R is 1, deals with an output of 0. And clock 1, ES 1, R 0, deals with an output of 1. And finally, if the clock is 1, ES is 1, R is 1, is an invalid condition, and this case is not using in an ESR flip-flop. This is the drawback of an SR flip-flop, and this drawback can be overcome with the help of a JK flip-flop. So the JK flip-flop is just a modification of this SR flip-flop in order to accomplish the last case or last condition, that is S equal to 1, R is equal to 1 should be implemented. So in the circuit diagram of JK flip-flop, we are making some modifications. In the first case, we are providing the output Q complement towards the input of the first NAND gate, and also the output Q is feeding towards the input of the second NAND gate. So this is the circuit diagram for JK flip-flop, and now we are considering how the different conditions or truth table of JK flip-flop is being formed. If we are moving towards the truth table formation, so firstly we are considering the case 1. We are dealing with a case 1 of clock equal to 0. If the clock is equal to 0, the first and second NAND gate is getting an input of 0. Then according to the truth table of NAND gate, if any of the input is 0, then the output will result in 1. That is, now we are considering, or we are dealing with an ESR latch with 1 condition. So this is a sub case, that is SR latch is considering with an input of 1 and that condition will yields in an output of preserving the previous output. That is, we are dealing with a memory condition. Thus clock equal to 0 and any J value and any K value will result in a memory condition. That is, if the clock is 0, then the previous output will be preserved until new clock is being generated for this JK flip-flop. So if we are moving to the case 2, that is case 2 is clock equal to 1 and J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0. Here also we can see that if any of the input of a NAND gate is 0, then the output will result in 1. Thus both of the NAND gate will result in an output of 1. And in this case also we are dealing with an SR latch with 1 condition. So this will yields in an output of memory preservation or memory condition. So if clock is equal to 1, J is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, results in a memory condition. So now we are moving towards the case number 3. The third case is clock equal to 1, J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1. So in this case, we can see that the output of the first NAND gate, that is a yellow NAND gate, will result in a 1, and the output of the second NAND gate, that is a green NAND gate, depending upon the third input. From the circuit diagram, it is evident that the third input is Q, and we are providing this Q towards the NAND gate. This will result in 1.1.Q, the whole complement. That is 1.1.Q results in Q, and Q complement results in an output of Q complement. Thus, the first NAND gate, the yellow NAND gate's output is 1 and green NAND gate's output is Q complement. So now, if we are considering the circuit diagram itself, the Q output is providing towards the blue NAND gate and the Q complement output is providing towards the red NAND gate. Now the output of the red NAND gate can be considered as Qn plus 1. So Qn plus 1 represents the next state. This Qn plus 1 is depending upon 1 dot Q complement the whole complement. 1 dot Q complement the whole complement means 1 dot Q complement, that is Q complement itself. Q complement the whole complement yields in an output of Q itself, and in the case of blue NAND gate, the qn plus 1 the whole complement, that is a complement of the next output, will be q dot q complement the whole complement, that is q dot q complement a dot a complement results in 0, that is 0 the whole complement results in an output of 1. This simply means that the output of q will be 0. Since the q complement output is 1, the output of q will be 0. Thus, the clock equal to 1, j is equal to 0, k is equal to 1 yields in an output of 0. Now, if we are moving towards the case 4, that is clock is equal to 1, j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. Here we can see that the output of the second NAND gate, that is a green NAND gate, will be 1. Since it is known that any of the input of a NAND gate is 0, then the output will be 1. And the first NAND gate, that is yellow NAND gate's output depend upon the third input, and from the circuit diagram it is evident that the third input will be q complement. So the first NAND gate, that is the yellow NAND gate's inputs are 1 dot 1 dot q complement the whole complement. This will result in 1 dot 1 is 1 and 1 dot q complement results in q complement, and the q complement the whole complement results in an output of q. So now the red NAND gate and blue NAND gate will decide the output of JK flip-flop. So the first NAND gate, that is a red NAND gate's input are q and q complement, and the second NAND gate, that is the blue NAND gate's input are q and 1. So if we are considering the next state, that is qn plus 1 state, this depend upon q dot q complement the whole complement, that is the input of red NAND gate is q and q complement. Thus the output will be q dot q complement the whole complement. So a dot a complement is 0, thus q dot q complement will yields in 0. Q dot q complement the whole complement is equal to 0 complement, which is equal to 1. This simply means that the output is 1. That is, for the case 4, clock is equal to 1, j is equal to 1, k is equal to 0 yields in an output of 1. So if we are analyzing this truth table, this truth table, JK truth table, is similar to the SR truth table for all the 4 conditions, all the first 4 conditions. That is, if clock is equal to 0, the output will be memory. If clock is equal to 1 and j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0 yields in a memory condition, and clock equal to 1, j equal to 0, k is equal to 1 results in a output of 0, and j is equal to 1, k is equal to 0 for a clock 1 yields in an output of 1. Until this condition, both the SR and J flip-flops are similar. Only difference is the truth table of SR flip-flop, that is S is equal to 1, R is equal to 1 for a clock signal 1, is an invalid case in this SR flip-flop, and this should be overcome with the help of a JK flip-flop. So now we are discussing that case, that is clock is equal to 1, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1. So here, if we are analyzing this circuit, it is evident that the yellow NAND gate, that the first NAND gate as well as the second NAND gate, green NAND gate, is getting 2 inputs, 1, 1 as well as 1 and 1. Thus the output will be depending upon the third input pin. So if we are analyzing the third input pin, let us assume that if we are starting with a value of q is equal to 0 and q complement is equal to 1. So assuming that if we are starting with q is equal to 0, this simply means that this q value is feeding towards that second NAND gate, that is the green NAND gate, and the q complement value 1 is feeding towards the first NAND gate, that is a yellow NAND gate. Thus the first NAND gate's inputs now becomes 1 1 1 and second NAND gate's input become 1 1 0. Thus the output of first and second NAND gates will be 1 dot 1 dot 1 results in 1 and 1 complement results in an output of 0, and 1 dot 1 dot 0 results in 0 and 0 complement results in 1. Thus the output of first NAND gate is 0 and second NAND gate now will becomes 1. So if we are analyzing this NAND gate, if any of the input is 0, then the output will be 1. That is, the red NAND gate is getting an input of 0, thus the output will be 1, and Q complement now becomes 0. That is, this 1 is feeding towards the blue NAND gate, and 1 dot 1 results in an output of 0. So now the output has changed from 0 to 1, and the complement of the output has changed from 1 to 0. So this is the second flipping of the data. And now if this data, that is the new output value, new Q value is 1 and the Q complement value is 0, if we are feeding this data towards the inputs, that is, if we are providing this 1 towards the green NAND gate and 0 towards the yellow NAND gate, that is the first NAND gates, the first NAND gate's input now becomes 0, 1, 1, and second NAND gate of 1, 1, 1. Thus, the output of first NAND gate will be 1 and the second NAND gate's output will be 0. So, now if we are considering the blue NAND gate, the blue NAND gate's input is 0. This simply means that if any of the input value of a NAND gate is 0, then the output will result in 1, and this 1 is feeding towards the red NAND gate. Now the red NAND gate's inputs are 1 and 1, and thus the output will be 0. So now the data value or the output values has changed again. So Q value has changed from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0, and Q complement value had changed from 1, 0, and now it is becoming 1. And let us consider our next case, that is, if these values are feeding towards the input of the first set of NAND gates, that is, the 0 value is feeding towards the green NAND gate and 1 value is feeding towards the yellow NAND gate. Thus, the output of this green NAND gate, that is, if any of the input is 0, then the output will be 1, and for the first NAND gate the inputs are 1, 1, 1, thus the output will be 0. So now if we are considering this red NAND gate, the input is 0, thus we can tell that output of the red NAND gate will be 1, and this one is feeding towards this blue NAND gate, and thus the output of blue NAND gate will be 0. So if we are analyzing this case, that is clock is equal to 1, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, until we are providing a clock signal, this output values are fluctuating. That is, fluctuating means it is traveling from 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, and this fluctuation or flipping of data is occurring, or toggling of data is occurring in the case of clock is equal to 1, J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1. And also Qn plus 1's complement is the complement of Qn plus 1. So this can be analyzed that if the clock is equal to 1 and J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1, condition will result in an output of Qn complement. That is, the previous output value is complemented in the case of J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1. So this is the truth table for JK flip-flop, and here also there is a confusion that the case of clock is equal to 1, J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1 is a toggling or continuously flipping condition. This is a drawback of this JK flip-flop, and this condition is also known as race around condition, and this race around condition can be overcome with a simple circuit change, and that change or that circuit will be discussed in the upcoming set of lectures. So my dear students, hope you had understood this topic. So dear students, this JK flip-flop can be symbolized in a digital electronic environment as shown in this figure. And dear students, kindly go through this assignment question. Our question is, write notes on JK flip-flop. So dear students, hope you had understood this topic. In the upcoming set of lecture, we will discuss the characteristic table as well as excitation table for this JK flip-flop. So my dear students, see you soon. Until then, goodbye, thank you, and all the best.